Hi everybody, welcome to this live tutorial. So today I'm going to be doing a fall makeup look with the new Mary Kay Chromafusion eyeshadows. So I'm super excited. They just launched on Friday and I got them Wednesday. So I had some time to kind of organize them, put them together, and I'm going to be creating a look for you. So if you haven't watched me before, my name is Gloria Hernandez. I am a certified makeup artist here in Hemet, California, and I'm also an independent Mary Kay consultant. So let's go ahead and get started with this look. I have a clean face. I just got out of the shower. I've already done my skincare. So I'm gonna move on and do my makeup prepping. So first things first is an oil mattifier for me. I have combination skin and I tend to have an oily T-zone. So I'm gonna put some oil mattifier right here on my chin, my nose, my forehead, places where I tend to get oily the most. All right. So how was your guys' Halloween? Did you guys do trick-or-treating? Did you guys dress up, do any Halloween parties? I took my kids trick-or-treating here around the block. It was pretty fun. So the next step I'm doing is in primer. Foundation primer helps to fill in your pores, any fine lines and wrinkles, to get you a nice, even, smooth application when you put on your foundation. And it also helps to hold in and lock your foundation in place so that if you live in a place that's humid or that's rainy a lot, your foundation isn't going to melt off your face. Or if you have, a really hard workout where you're sweating a lot, it's not gonna come off your face. So the next step after that is an eye primer. So just like your foundation primer, an eye primer is for your eyes, and it helps lock in your eyeshadows so that they don't move and also prevent them from creasing. And if you have oily skin like I do, definitely need it so that way your eyeliner isn't at the bottom of your eye by the evening, which is something that happens to me if I don't put primer on. So you also see me putting it on in the inner corner of my eye and down below. And again, that's because my oily skin will make my eyeliner move everywhere. So I want to prevent that, especially here at the inner corner. And you want to prevent creasing by applying it right here on your eyelid. There we go. Okay, so that is done. All right, I'm just gonna check real quick the comments. There we go, because I'm multi-streaming. So I have a little chat box that lets me see everybody's comments, no matter if you're on Periscope, on YouTube, or on Facebook. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my concealer in deep beige. This is the closest concealer to my skin tone. And what this does is it's just going to give me a nice base to start my eyeshadows on. So I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to apply it all over. So I don't want to go any lighter than my natural skin tone. This is just to even it out. We tend to have some bluish tones on our eyes just because the skin around our eyes is really thin, so you could see our blood vessels, and that gives us that bluish hue. So we want to color correct that and have one color to work with, one even color to work with. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna put up my side screen here so you guys can see, there we go, up close and personal, what that looks like. Okay, moving on. So this is where we get to the fun part with the eyeshadows. So let me show them to you. It comes in this pretty compact. It is magnetic. Look at that. And I've separated mine. These here are the mattes and these over here are the shimmers. So I kind of have them separated, but there's plenty of room to still add some more things. This is completely customizable. So if you just wanted, you know, the mattes, or if you just wanted the shimmers. If you just wanted certain colors, you could also put in your cheek colors in here or your pressed powder and make this a completely custom palette just for you. But I have all my eyeshadows in this one. So the look I'm going to go for today is a look put together by Mary Kay makeup artist. It's the Warm Metals. Looks like this on the little face chart here. But let me show you, I got to put my glasses on, guys, what it looks like in person. Let me see. Mary Kay has some amazing tools. So this is what it looks like. This is from the Mary Kay Showcase app. It's the Warm Metals look. And you can see there's a video here. I'm going to play a real short clip, but there won't be any, I don't think, it's not going to play any sound because I'm using, oh, it is, just kidding, the speaker.
For standard eyes, use these application techniques. Start by applying gold status as the...
So you see, you can play the video, you can see how you can apply this at home on your own time. But today you're going to be watching me do it. So I'm going to be doing the same steps as the video, okay? We're gonna try this here. So I'm going by the face chart here. So it says to apply gold status at the base of, or as the base shadow from lash line to brow bone. So I'm going to show you gold status. Let's see. It's this one here, right there. It is super, super pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my brushes. And for sweeping color all over, you want to use a flat brush. So I'm going to be using this one. This is Mary Kay's all over eyeshadow brush. And it looks like this. It's flat. Maybe I'll show you here up close. Here we go. Oop, wrong way. There we go. So it's a flat little brush, you know. So if you have something similar at home, that's what you want to use. And we're going to go with gold status all over. So I've swept the color right on one side of the brush, like this. And I'm going to start here at the center of my eye and just put it all over. From lash line up to the brow bone, to where your lashes are, or where your brows are. So that's one eye. Let me do the other. Same thing. Start at the center, and I'm going to sweep it up towards my brow and this way. There we go. Okay. Next, it says to use Shiny Penny at the center of the eyelids and bring it down towards the lower lash line. So Shiny Penny is the one right next to it. This one right here. Really, really pretty. Okay. So same brush. I'm gonna take some and put it on the center right here, and then bring it down right here. And I'm going to blend it out a bit and move it over to the sides and up above. And with the flat brush, you don't want to do windshield wiper motions because then you're going to get a lot of fallout. So you're going to press and pull is what you're doing with this brush. Okay, same thing with the other side. Now with these Chromafusion technology eyeshadows, what it is, it's like a matrix. So when you put the eyeshadows on, the pigment moves with your skin. It is flexible, so it won't crease because, you know, like a matrix, it'll move with your skin. However, it will also hold it together, so you won't get any creasing or fading. And this is 12-hour wear life-proof eyeshadows, which means it'll last through your toughest workouts. It's going to last you all day long. Okay, next thing here. Okay, So we're going to do burnished bronze. Now the directions also say to apply this shiny penny on the lower lash line, but since I always start with my eyes and then I do the rest of my face, I put on my foundation and all that, I'm gonna leave that step to where my foundation is on and then I could put that on. Otherwise, I'm just gonna cover it up with my foundation and concealer. Okay, so burnished bronze at an outer V to create dimension. Or you can also use a mahogany if you don't want a shimmery color. Okay, so let me show you burnished bronze and let me show you mahogany. So burnished bronze is this one here at the bottom, right here. And you know what, let me show you guys up close. This is burnished bronze right here. See if it'll focus. This one, really pretty color. But if you want to do a not so shimmery, you know, look, you could do mahogany, which is this one here. Let me see if it'll focus. That one at the very top right here. So it is really pretty, both of them, but I think I want the shimmer. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the shimmer color, which is the burnished bronze. And for this, for the outer V, you want to use a crease brush that's rounded. So it would be this one here. You see how it's nice and round? That's what you want to use. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this color. And unlike when I grabbed the other colors with the flat brush, I swept it. So you see there's only color on this side of the brush. But when you use a crease brush, you want to use it like this. Okay, so we're gonna grab it like this. So the color is on those sides of the brush. Okay, so like so. All right, now I'm going to do an outer V. So I'm going to sweep the color like this. Do you see how that's a V? Sideways V. Okay, so now with this brush you can do windshield wiper motions because it's meant for going back and forth. You're not going to get fallout because of the way this brush is created. It's kind of rounded. So I'm just going to keep working this out. Bringing it a little bit up. Okay, like so. And now I'm just going to drag whatever's left on the brush. I'm not going to grab any more color, but whatever's left, I'm just going to drag across like that. So just carving out slightly that crease, but the color is concentrated out here in this outer V. Okay. And again, I'm just going to keep blending it out. And what I like about these eyeshadows is that they're kind of smooth and creamy. I like these. This is my first impressions, guys. I haven't tried these on before. I went online. I had only, you know, taken some pictures with them in the palette, but I hadn't swatched them or tried them on, and they are just super easy to work with. I love it. Okay, so I added a little bit more color there. So there we go. So let me show you here in this. See how the color is right here. Okay. All right. Moving on to the next eye. Same thing. I'm grabbing the brush up so that color is concentrated on the tip of the brush. And the first place you put your brush down is where the color is most concentrated. So I'm going to put it right here. Boop. Okay, and then I'm going to blend down. And I'm going to blend this way to create that sideways V. Okay, and then I'm just going to blend it out. Okay, I'm going to go up a little right here. Down below. And just keep working it and blending it out. You don't want to create a harsh line. You want to work it and you want to blend it so that way it's a smooth transition of color. And nothing looks too harsh. So I'm just moving it. And now whatever is left on my brush, I'm just going to sweep it across, carving out that crease softly. I'm not adding any more color to the brush. Okay. So I'm going to add just a little bit more just to give it the same intensity as the other side. Just right here. And I'm loving it. Oh my goodness. These are super shimmery. Love it, love it. Now, of course, if you were going on a night out or something, date night, girls' night out or something, you could intensify the colors. You can, of course, use more to make the colors really, really pop. But it's daytime, it's morning. I'm not going anywhere today other than school to pick up my kids. So I just want something really subtle. So it gives me that same look, you know, but it's a more daytime wearable, daytime appropriate look. Okay, so there is that. Okay, so next it says add Mary Kay deep brown eyeliner to the top lash line and then finish with mascara. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna grab my Mary Kay liner in brown, and this is where I need to get really up close and personal. So I'm sorry if I cover up the camera. Let me check my chat box once more. I think it's frozen. Okay, here we go. All right. So if you guys didn't know, the Mary Kay eyeliners, the caps have a sharpener in them. So right now this one's new, so you can see it's nice and pointy. Let me see if I can put it on my side. Okay, you see how that's nice and pointy. So after you use that, obviously it's going to dull out and it's going to be rounded. So you just take the cap, this is the cap, take off the top, and in there you have a sharpener, so you can get it nice and pointy again to use it. Okay, so sorry if I'm out of focus or the mirror covers the camera, but I need to get up close and personal to the mirror because I can't see without my glasses and I don't have contacts. I tore them. I didn't seal my little contact case all the way, and I threw my contacts in my purse, and so the liquid came out of them and they dried out. And that was my last pair, so I gotta go back and get a new prescription and get a new set. This last piece by my inner eye, I like to do with my eye open, just so I could really get into this crease right here. And again, I'm sorry if you guys can't see this. Okay. There we go. So let me show you what that looks like. So just a nice line of eyeliner. Okay. Moving on, I gotta do the other eye. And this is where I could sharpen it and get it nice and pointy again. See what I'm doing, guys. Not having glasses, not having contacts, I mean, it's a real bummer. Okay, so as you can see, all the stuff came off on the sharpener and now it's pointy again. Okay, so other eye. I love the Mary Kay eyeliners. They're super creamy, super easy to work with. Okay, so there's my other eye, all done. I really like this color combination. So let's compare. Let's go back to the picture and see. Look at that. Very shimmery, very shiny. Like it. Okay. Take that off. And now I'm going to curl my lashes and apply my mascara. So guys, I'm always curious to see how far my videos go. So tell me where you're watching me from. What city and state, or what country if you're not in the United States. And now, Mary Kay Cosmetics is a worldwide company. We're in, I believe, 40 countries and growing, maybe possibly even more by now. So if you're in need of a consultant in your country, you can go to marykay.com, scroll down to the bottom, and it'll say global, and from there you could select your country and find a consultant in your country near you. If you're in the United States, you could do the same. Go to marykay.com. You could put in your zip code and find a Mary Kay consultant in your neighborhood. Okay, so I am using the Lash Love Lengthening Mascara. I love this mascara. It really gives me that definition that it separates the lashes because of the spoolie, the way it's designed, but it also gives me lots of length, so it doesn't look clumpy. So if you have short, sparse lashes, you probably don't want to wiggle at the base of your lash because that's going to make your lashes clump together. If you have long lashes like I do, you can get away with starting at the base, wiggling, and then pulling out. That's how I like to apply. Like I go to the base and I just pull up. So that'll make the mascara particles attached to the sides of your lashes, giving them that thickness, that volume. And obviously as you're going up, it's going to give you length. But again, if you have short lashes, that's just going to clump them all together. So you just want to start at the base and pull up to give you length. Otherwise, unless you like that look, you know, there's some people that really like that clumped look. So it depends on your preference. And if you are having a hard time with your lashes, if they're sparse, if they're breaking off, if they're short, Mary Kay has a lash and brow building serum that you apply at night before you go to bed, and you apply it at your lash line like as if it was eyeliner, and it will help nourish and condition the hair follicles of your lashes and brows to help grow them, make them stronger. You could see results in as little as 2 weeks. You don't need a prescription to use it. And it's amazing, amazing stuff. So, So ask your Mary Kay beauty consultant about that. Now, if you get mascara on you like I just did, the best thing to do, like right now I don't have foundation on, so I could just take this off and it's not a big deal. But if you were to have already had your, face of foundation and you do this, wait for it to dry. Once it's dry, you could just flake it off. It'll just come off real easily. Because if it's wet and you try to move it, it'll smear. But right now I don't have any foundation on or anything, so I can, you know, take it off. But yeah, if you wait for it to dry, it'll just come off. Okay, so now for the bottom lashes, I kind of tilt my head down and do the bottoms like this. Okay, all done with that. So I got my eyeliner, mascara, move these this way. Okay, so now I'm going to finish off the rest of my face. So I'm going to start first with my under eye corrector. And first let me grab a little Q-tip, because I have a little bit of eyeliner here in my inner eye. There we go. Oh, I think my camera has died. Oh no, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. I hope you guys can still hear me though. Let's see. Oh no, my camera didn't die. It was just my... There we go. It goes on standby after a while. Sorry. Okay. So, clean that up. I'm going to take my under eye corrector. Now this has like a peach salmon-y tone to help color correct those under eye circles that we all have. So you just take your finger and blend it in right here. And you want to keep it just where your dark circles are. You don't want to get it anywhere else, just right here, because you're color correcting where the dark circle is. Okay, and grab a little bit more. Just like so. Now you can also use a sponge, a brush. I just like to use my fingers. I feel like the warmth of your fingers kind of helps to melt the product into your skin better. Okay, so there's the color corrector. Now if you were to have dark spots on your face, like aging spots, you can use the color corrector to correct those spots. Now you could use, you know, your finger on the spot, or you can use a small Q-tip, because you want to keep the color just on those spots that you're trying to correct. But this is amazing for that. Okay, so next up is going to be my foundation. Now I use the Time Wise Matte Wear foundation, since I have that combination skin, and I'm going to mix beige 7 with a little bit of bronze 1. Now beige 7 has an olive undertone, which is perfect for me to cover my redness. I tend to be, you know, a little bit red around my cheeks and stuff. However, with too much olive, too much green tone, you can look a little bit, you know, grayish and kind of dead. So beige 7 is also a little bit on the light side for me. In the wintertime, I could get away with using it by itself, but definitely not in the summer. It's too light. So bronze 1 will darken up the color, but since bronze 1 also has a yellow undertone, it helps to kind of even out that grayish tone that the olive undertone gives me. So something to think about, and ask your beauty consultant if you feel like your foundation is just not the right match. Maybe it's the right shade but the wrong undertone, you're looking a little bit gray, then definitely need to talk to your beauty consultant regarding finding the right undertone. So you may need to mix some foundations, but I promise you most everybody does. It's great to have the two, so that way, you know, when there's those seasonal transitions, you could mix a little bit of the darker one in the summer and vice versa in the winter. So it's great to have that to play with. Now I'm using my fingers. You can use, again, the Mary Kay sponge. You want to use this wet with some water and dab it in and press it in. You can also use the Mary Kay foundation brush to either pat it in or to buff. Make sure if you're doing the buffing technique that your skin is exfoliating, otherwise you're going to get flakes of skin coming off when you're trying to buff in your foundation. Me, again, I like to work with my fingers, so I'm just going to apply all over with my fingers. I'm going to go over that corrector that I had applied. Okay, concentrating it here on my sideburn area where I feel like I tend to be a little bit red. I'm getting real close under my eye right here. And the reason why I like doing my foundation after my eyes is if I get eyeshadow like way out here or way down here, I could clean it up with my foundation. So there's no worries there if you brought it out too far or anything like that. Of course, if it's a lot, you want to first clean it up with a makeup wipey before you put on your foundation. But I really like doing my foundations afterwards, just for that reason. Okay, I really want to work it into like my little creases here by my nose, my laugh lines. Get it really close to my lips. Okay. So I hope you guys can see the difference. I think I look a little bit washed out on video. Let me see if I can change the, that might be a little bit better. You guys could see me and I don't look so washed out. It might be too dark though, I'm not sure. Let me know, guys. So I'm just taking my finger, and now whatever I have left on the back of my hand, I'm gonna go back and cover those areas where I feel like I need more coverage. So here I have some spots, and I'm just going to pat it in. Again, you could use your sponge, you could use your brush. I'm using my fingers here. Have some acne scars in this spot here. So again, just patting it in, getting that extra coverage in those places where I feel I need it the most. Just like so. Here. Most of my breakouts tend to be apply layer, let it dry, do another layer, try more. Versus bring a whole thing to put on coverage in one tube. It's gonna happen. It's gonna have the cake face effect where it looks like you could, peel off your foundation. You don't want that. You want it to look as natural as possible. So you definitely want to do it in thin layers to get that coverage. So again, for me, this is where I feel like I need the most coverage. It's where I tend to get more red. Applying it there, and over here. think I've got most of the areas I want to get. Let me see, let's look this way. Yes. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna grab the excess with that Q-tip, and now I'm gonna do a little bit of light on beige. This is one concealer I was beige. I'm just gonna use this highlight and apply here, and here, and that's pretty much it. And I'm gonna take my finger again, and I'm just gonna blend this in. Like so. There we go. And this side. Just that little bit does a big difference. Now, Mary Kay concealers are super pigmented, so you don't want to use a lot of product. Just a little goes a long way for brightening up and highlighting. And whatever's left, I'm just going to put it on the tip of my nose, right here, on my lip, and right here. I don't want to highlight my forehead because I feel like it's already big. If you had a smaller forehead, then yes, you could highlight here to make it appear bigger. But I'm trying to do the opposite of that. So I'm not going to add any highlighter there. Okay, next we're going to set all of that with some powder. So I'm going to grab, let's see, my big powder brush, Mary Kay, and I'm going to take my beige 1 pressed powder, and I'm going to grab a lot and put it right here. Set my under eyes. Now you could also do this with a powder puff if you like. I like to use a brush. Okay, so after I've set that with the beige 1, I'm going to use beige 2, and I'm going to put that all over. And now again, you could use a powder puff. I'm just using the big powder brush, and I'm patting it in like I would if I had a powder puff. And now you guys notice that I haven't done my brows yet, and that's just because of this. I would hate to have started with my brows and then I put on my liquid foundation and I put on my powder and then I've got product on my brows. So that's why I wait to do my brows afterwards. Definitely want to get it in here where I tend to crease by my nose to set that. Okay, so now that is done, side. Now I could go back to my eyeshadows, and I'm going to use that color, which was Shiny Penny. And this time I'm using, let me see, let me grab my glasses, guys, I'm blind. This time I'm using my my brush here. This is meant for like eyeliner. Let's see, Shiny Penny is this one. So I grab Shiny Penny on the tip of my brush, and I'm just gonna line my bottom lash line with it. Just like that. And I'm going to combine those colors here at the end, right there. Okay, same on the other side. Just like that, all the way over. And I'm going to extend it here to connect those two colors, to connect my top and my lower lash line. Right here, extending it out. Okay. All right. So now that that is there, then I could finally do my brows to make the look really come together. Okay. So I'm gonna grab my spoolie and I'm going to brush my brows up. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to take brunette, and this is Mary Kay's Precision Brow Liners. I'm going to take brunette and I'm going to start right about here. And work out this way to kind of draw out my brows. Same with this. I'm going to start here. And just do like an outline of where I want my brows to be. Okay. Now I'm going to do the top. I'm going to brush my brows down. Same with this side. Taking that same brunette and carving out my brows. So, same on this side. And down. Okay, so now I'm going to brush them in place like that. And I'm going to fill any sparse areas with that brunette. So around here, I feel like they're kind of sparse. Right here at the front, and really light-handed here at the front. You don't want to have a heavy hand here, because then you're going to look like you have Sharpie brows, like you drew them on with the Sharpie. You want to really light-handed. Okay, so now that I feel like I've gotten my shape down, I'm going to go to dark brunette. This is the same Mary Kay Precision brow pencil. I'm going to brush them out one more time. Okay, brush them into place. And I'm going to fill in here with this darker color. I like to use two colors, one lighter, one darker, because I feel like it gives your brows more dimension versus just using one color. And I especially like using the lighter color at the start of the brow here. You don't want to go too dark at the start of your brow. Okay, so just filling it in a few spots. Okay, I'm brushing them out again. And since my brow hairs are long and crazy, and if my hair gets in my way and I go to like sweep my hair out of my face, sometimes I end up moving my brows out of shape. So to prevent that, I'm going to use the Mary Kay Volumizing Brow Tint, and it will help hold my lashes in place. And I'm using the color Dark Brunette. So you want to make sure you clean off the spoolie before you use it on the edges of the little bottle here. And I start right about here, and I'm just brushing the product through and just setting my brows down. Now here I have some kind of, I don't know if you could see that from far away, but I have a brow that's just sticking up. So once it's dry, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take some scissors and chop that little piece off because it's not cooperating. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the other side. I'm gonna put it back into the bottle. Again, clean off the edges of the spoolie. It is a mini spoolie, it's not like a mascara one. So let me see if I can show you here. Oh gosh, guys, I need glasses. It looks like, as soon as this thing pops up, sorry y'all, it looks like this. So it's really small. Trying to wait till it focuses. Let's see. There. It's really small, so it's not like a mascara spoolie. Okay. So again, I start right about here, and I just work it through, really concentrating on placing my brows where I want them to lay. And this volumizing brow tint has fibers in it to make your brows look fuller. So I really like that. Really light-handed right here in the front. And again, just kind of helping your brows lay where you want them to lay. Like so. All right. I'm just going to take my little Q-tip here and got some right here. There. Now I'm going to brush them just lightly, just to make sure they're set where I want them. There. All right, so that's the brows. You guys can see that. Okay. All right, now we're gonna move on with the rest of the face. So on here, the warm metals look. Let's go back to the picture so you guys can see. See that? Lots of shimmer. We're doing the Wineberry blush. So Wineberry blush is this one right here. This one. Very pretty, very pretty. Okay. So I'm going to take Mary Kay's cheek brush. I love this brush. It's great for the cheeks. It's great for contouring just because of the shape. It's kind of got this flat, I don't know if you could really see that. It's got this flat side right here. It's really nice, nice curve. Okay, so I'm gonna take this color, and she's got it swept on the face chart here, swept from, you know, here, you know, going up. So I'm gonna do the same. So I'm gonna start here and just sweep it up. Like so. Ooh, this color is beautiful. Okay, here. And the first place you put your brush down, remember that's where the color is gonna be the most pigmented. So you wanna lay it down here first and sweep it out. I love this color. It's very, very nice. So just like so. Now on the face chart, it doesn't say anything about highlighting and contouring, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that just because I like it. So our highlighters and contours are right here. these four. Now here at the ends, these are actual blushes, but they're the only two brushes that don't have shimmer. So that's why I separated them, just so I can know these are all shimmer, these are matte, these two. These two are our highlighters, these are our contours. So I have them separated by, you know, more ivory beige skin tones would wear these colors here, and these two are more for like my tone and bronzer. And I mean, you can, they are kind of universal. You can use them on anybody, but I think they would complement your skin tone more that way. Ivories and beiges, beiges to bronze down here. Okay, so I'm going to use same brush. Instead of using it this way for the blush, you know, like this, I'm going to flip it and I'm going to use this side, this edge here for the highlight. So I'm going to use the bottom one, and this one's called, let me see, Honey Glow, this one here. So you guys can see that, this one. Okay, so Honey Glow, and I'm going to apply it right here, right above where we put that blush, right there. And then whatever's left, I'm going to take up here, up here, up here. Okay, again, other side, apply it right here. Whatever's left, I'm going to sweep it up here by my temple, here, center of my nose, there, there. Okay, now the contour. This one here is called Cocoa, this one. And that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use this corner here. So where I use this part here for the blush, I'm going to use this angle right here for my contour. Okay, and now I'm going to apply here from my ear down this way. Okay, and then I'm just going to brush it up and out. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love this. Like that. That gives me a nice contour there. Okay, now I'm just going to blend it up and out. Like that. Okay. Same with the other side. I'm going to grab it up here by my ear and move it this way. And then blend it out and up. Because you don't want it to go lower than here. That's why we're blending up. Love that. There we go. Can you guys see that? Beautiful. Okay, moving on. So we've got the contour, and then of course you can also take some here, because you know, my double chin and all. Let's make that kind of recede and go back. With contour, everything gets pulled back. So if you put some contour here, it's gonna push it back. Now I don't want to use Cocoa for this area here. I'm gonna use the Latte contour for that. Latte. Okay. And just a little bit. Kind of do like a L right here. Kind of slim the face a little bit. Okay, there. All right, moving on. So now on the face chart, it says to use semi-shine lipstick in Scarlet Red. So it doesn't say to use eyeliner or anything, or lip liner. And I'm not going to. I'm going to do, I don't know if you guys saw the last award show where Jessica Biel on Instagram showed how her makeup artist does her lips. And what he does is he concentrates the color here in the center of your lips, and just using your finger, you blot it out. So that way you don't have, you know, a really defined line for your lips. So on the picture, it doesn't say that that's the technique used for this face chart. And I can't tell by looking at the picture of, you know, the model here. But I'm going to go ahead and say that's how they did it. Especially if it says, you know, It doesn't say anything about using a lip liner. But the one thing I am going to apply that isn't on there is my lip primer. Now this is anti-aging, and I've used so much, there's nothing here. I can't use it from the tube. I'm like scooping it out because hey, every little bit counts, right? You want to get the most out of your product. So I'm just scooping it out onto here, and I'm going to apply. And now, same as our foundation primer and eye primer, the lip primer is so that your lipstick will not budge. So if you're worried about your lipstick feathering out, that won't happen when you use lip primer. And the great thing about our lip primer is it's also anti-aging. So you could use it on its own instead of like a chapstick per se. So it will help condition your lips, and it's all anti-aging. So that's on there. That's going to help my lipstick stay. And now I'm going to take Scarlet Red, which is this gorgeous color here. Let me show you one here. Focus. Focus. Oh, come on, thing. Okay, look at that. That's a gorgeous color. If it would focus, but okay. Moving on here. Let's go back to the picture. So I'm going to concentrate it here. Okay, I'm going to blot using my finger. And I got some on my lips. Don't worry, we're going to take care of that. Okay. So that is the look. Now I got some on my teeth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger, burn, wiggle it, pull out. So you get all this excess lipstick. So you don't get it on your teeth. And I'm just going to take another Q-tip, clean up the edges. And there you have it. So let's look at the face chart again. And now we got, you can see the picture here on the side. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous model. And I think that's pretty much the look. The only thing I'm missing is my finishing spray. So let me grab that. And before I do, I just want to finish right here in my eye. I just want to blend this out. There. Now we can finish off the look with some finishing spray. So we close our eyes. Okay. So I did kind of like an X and then like came across this way. Now what the finishing spray does, now this is the formula from Scandinavia, but packaged by Mary Kay. What it does is it helps lock in your makeup so that it doesn't, budge, just like with, your foundation primer and eye primer and all this. This locks it in place. It also is really helpful if you have dry skin and you want to refresh your face. It gives you a good hydration boost. And we also have a limited edition, as your consultant, she still has it, our Reviving Facial Spray, which has coconut in it. It helps to hydrate your skin as well. I love to use this after the gym when I feel like, sweaty and sticky and stuff. This is amazing stuff. You could use before your foundation, before, your makeup. You could use it after. It's great. Same thing, just helps to hydrate your skin. But this was limited edition, so yeah. But you can always use the finishing spray for that as well. Okay, guys, so this is the finished look. Let me see if I can zoom you in so you can see me. Let's see. Zoom. Okay. Can you guys see that? Look at how gorgeous this is. And compare it to the picture of the model over here. I love this look. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed this tutorial using the new Mary Kay Chromafusion eyeshadows. I enjoyed this look. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. If another Mary Kay consultant shared this video with you, make sure you please go back to her